After he had been dead a year or more, a medium secured connection with his spirit, as she claimed, and some numbers were written down. These had no value at the time. At another sitting, she obtained 2 names and a further number. While the first numbers were repeated, still they were all at sea. The third meeting brought something more intelligible, and then the method of ascertaining the secret was fully explained. It led to the discovery of a box of papers of great value and importance. The following facts were clearly proven. No living person had any knowledge of the secret. No person could be found who had any suspicion of its existence. The information came through a genuine medium, not one of the common pretenders who were so numerous. The medium herself had no knowledge of the man during his life, and could not by any possibility have had any knowledge of the secret. The persons to whom the man, when living, made his promise to convey the message after death were wholly ignorant of the secret, and had never had any interest in it, nor could they gain any advantage by its discovery. These persons, however, were interested solely in the question whether the man could furnish proof of his ability to report to them from the spirit land, as he called it. When he made the great promise to them, they were present and intensely interested in the problem. At that time, the other mind of each one of them was able to receive the secret, numbers and names from the conscious mind of the man. For he had it in both his conscious and his other mind. There cannot be the slightest doubt that he imparted it to the other mind of each person present. As the other mind is all-knowing and all-powerful, it could have easily carried it forever. When the medium was requested to communicate with his spirit a year or more after his death, she had her other mind openly receiving the one great secret that had lodged and been retained in the other mind of each person in her presence. 13. A man who had also carried in his mind a secret that he would not have known under any condition began to think too much about it. The result was that his sister caught the impression and began to think at times of the very same thing. At length, she sought information concerning it, and pursued the matter until she had ascertained the whole secret. 14. A very peculiar case was thoroughly investigated by us, and every detail of it is found true. It involved 3 persons in order to complete the transfer of the thought. A woman whose husband was not faithful to her, as he had vowed to be, was always able to catch ideas from his mind when his brother was present. She could not do so when the 2 were alone, nor when any other person were present. The brother did not know of the power that his presence set in motion. Since the investigation of this case, our attention has been called to others that were founded on the same condition. In one case, a child was the cause of the separation of her parents because she set up the channel of thought transference between them. 15. Ordinary instances of this power are so common that it is almost unnecessary to recall them here. But as they have come into the experience of nearly every person, it may serve a purpose to make the most frequent of them known at this stage of the study. A short time ago, a young man said to us, "Is it not strange that I should have the same thought come to me that my friend has had come to him? I was just asking him a question on a subject that neither of us had been thinking on for months. He started Ordinary instances of this power are so common that it is almost unnecessary to recall them here. But as they have come into the experience of nearly every person, it may serve a purpose to make the most frequent of them known at this stage of the study. A short time ago, a young man said to us, "Is it not strange that I should have the same thought come to me that my friend has had come to him? I was just asking him a question on a subject that neither of us had been thinking of for months, when he started in the same breath to ask me the same question. This happened once before on another subject." The experience is almost universal. 16. Two women who were assistants in a shop were often catching each other's inquiries in advance of their utterance. One of them made this statement: "Recently I was in a hurry to find a certain garment that had been laid away some weeks before on account of the lateness of the season. I knew of someone who was coming to look at it, and I had forgotten where it had been put, so I made haste to hunt it up. I was approaching Miss B to ask her, but before I had opened my mouth, she told me where I could find it. I thought she had knowledge of what I wanted, but she said that as she saw me coming, she believed I was to ask for the garment, and she answered me as naturally as she would have done if I had actually asked her for it. "17. Two partners in business had grown so much to know what each had in mind that one would anticipate almost any inquiry before it was made and give the needed information. The power was the same with both partners. One told it in this way: if I go into the front office with a look of inquiry on my face, Joe will answer my question before I ask it. I do the same. The other day, as he was coming into my room, I took from the second drawer of my desk a small passbook and was holding it in my hand, waiting for him to take it as he entered. He gave me a glance, saw the book, took it, and went out, and did not say a word. Before I saw or heard him coming, I knew what he wanted, and I took it out at once. The passbook was not often referred to, not oftener than once in 3 months, so it could not